Hey guys, welcome to the Lobster's Lair, and welcome to the Naked Fanatics. Let me first start off by, I'm scared! This is Baby Doll's best fan forever, and this is going to be my first ever commentary on a 4 versus 4, so I am terrified I'm going to fail horribly, but let's do this. Yellow corner, we have Starcy, Legless Baron, Von Lipwig, the chairman, Thorin, and on the red corner we have Daniel, Bane, Great Lord, and Kublai. All of them are, of course, a part of the Naked Fanatics. That was a silly mistake in the past I have made. Just gonna help you guys out in the beginning by saying this, and this will get a lot off my back. Every single yellow corner team wins against the red team, and this is basically a separative 1 versus 1. So I'm doing 4 1 versus 1s at the same time. Ooh, that's gonna be difficult. So I am not, no way in hell, going to read off all the army setups that each person has got, so I'm just going to list them in the video, pause them, take a look at them if you like, but we're going to get right into the middle of things. The first one to make contact actually is Von Lipwig, but basically Thorin's situation here is he's got both Yari Cavalry, Katana Samurai in that forest, and Yari Cavalry and some Naginata Warrior Monks. And he's basically moving them up the tree line, and he's in an attempt to hide them and get a good ambush, basically, in on the army. And he's going to pepper into the his enemy over here, which is Kublai. However, Kublai has the ranged advantage in that. Over here, Von, right off the bat, he notices that there was actually a Kisho ninja moving up on his left flank, so he actually sends some Yari cavalry to basically get ready to deal with them and take them out in the very beginning, as he has a bit of a cavalry advantage that is going to help him out. As you can see, he's kind of just running around his bow cavalry, running them amok, but later he's going to take them over there and deal with that Kisho ninja. His infantry giving him a great advantage, as he is going to rush into the Great Lord's army, and his bow warrior monks will be rendered almost completely useless. Over here, Legless has got quite the ranged advantage. He has got the 2 units of bow samurai and the matchlock in the middle, and his intent is to play quite the defensive game. However, on the flank of Starcy here, his left flank, he notices his opponent Daniel is moving up a unit of light cavalry, so he decides to move this Yari cavalry, which you'll see quite later, around to help out his friend over here, Legless, with Bane, which is facing Legless, and kind of demolish his enemy as well as help Legless. And the only reason I ever see Kublai over here losing is because he made a fatal mistake of moving over 2 cavalry units to try and help out his ally Great Lord. And as you can see over here, he's kind of, Von Lipwig is running away his bow cavalry and just avoided a very deadly explosive barrage from the Kisho ninja. He's sending back his cavalry, thinking that's all over, but out come the surprise, and are going to crash into the Yari cavalry, and Kisho ninja will be rendered quite useless against already demoralized, lonely, and kind of alone units are going to be quite rendered useless against a cavalry charge in that situation. But as you can see over here, quite the battle has been going on. Starcy is trying to move up his Yari samurai to counter Bane's cavalry, as they have also ran into the muckus of Starcy attempting to eliminate Daniel's Yari cavalry and light cavalry, I believe, or just his light cavalry there, yeah. And so he gets caught up in a mix and helps his friend as well. As you can see over here, what's been happening is it's just kind of been a skirmish fight between Starcy and Daniel. Daniel is playing extremely offensive, but I believe Daniel's mistake and the reason he lost the battle is because he brought too many units. Low-quality Ashigaru units for the majority of it, and that is what I think rendered him helpless in this battle. As for Bane, I think the only reason he lost is because he seemed to ignore his left flank when it came to preparing and getting ready for another attack. But as you can see, Von has already smacked into the front lines and used his Naginata Warrior Monks to a great advantage by using their war cry, and he's also going to round his Yari and bow cavalry, basically all of his cavalry, around the flanks, and force his general to run and circle around and kind of evade, losing morale on one of his army's flanks and watching it absolutely crumble beneath the higher infantry advantage that Von has. As you can see over here, Thorin is crashed into the lines of his Kublai's units, and I just love this. Both generals are like staring at each other across the field. I love that. Anyway, As you can see on the flanks, his Yari cavalry was quite useless, but he has some Naginata warrior monks versus some Yari Eshigaru and Yari cavalry, obviously going to win that fight over there. And here he has yet to spring his trap, and here we go. He's going to crash his Lone Sword Eshigaru into this Yari Eshigaru, obviously even gaining him an upper hand there, but he's going to go even further. He's going to run around, take out some of his Bow Eshigaru, I believe, and then crash into his general, and he already has an upper hand on the front of the field. He has routed his Lone Sword Eshigaru, and again, I think that was, once again, Kublai's mistake. As you can see over here, he has launched his cavalry, and von Lipwig has most obviously dealt with that in quite the, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever, he beat them, we'll say that. So, over here, Bane is, as you can see, losing on his right flank, and in the front lines, he appears to be doing quite well, as he's crashed into, he only has to deal with 2 Katana Samurai units, and it's basically 2 versus 2 here, and you'd think that he would win. However, the Katana Samurai units are slightly veteranized, and he is going to pull back his matchlock, use them to his advantage, use his avatar to his advantage, rally his troops, and he's going to run around his cavalry. And just the thought of these front men troops having cavalry behind them, running amok in their lines, that's going to cause a great morale discharge to them, and that's going to lose them the fight. Over here, really Thorin and von Lipwig right now are just kind of mopping up the mess, so I'm going to focus on Starcy. Starcy's finally making an advance after skirmishing and feeling confident to move up, as he has captured a shrine and an archery dojo. That is definitely going to gain him an upper hand in an already quite decisive victory over here because of his Eshigaru low morale units, but with that rally ability in effect of them, he's going to have an even tougher time, which is how the buildings will help him out over here. Still moving up his Yari cavalry in the forest in an attempt to try to be sneaky, but he has a Yari Eshigaru unit there, but he intends to stop them with a no Dachi Samurai, but they are somewhat cut off by a Lone Sword unit, and I believe his cavalry do evade and kind of swerve around here. As you can see, Bane is kind of just being mopped up as well by Legless because of that cavalry charging in from behind the enemy lines that has ultimately destroyed him, and he decides he's going to run away his general from the main fight and bring him over to Daniel here as a last hope of winning at least one battle on the field for his team. And as you can see, he has crashed some of his Yari Eshigaru, which aren't exactly too great melee-wise, into his Matchlock Eshigaru. And Starcy, I believe, is a little bit occupied and micromanaging all of his flanks. And right now, he is not moving his Yari Samurai, but I believe he's going to move them up to make sure his flanks do not get enveloped over there. And all the while, his general has actually been shot at by Daniel, and so he's trying to evade that. As you can see, he's only got 9 guys left, but he still has his general there, and that is why this has come down to such a close match, because Starcy almost loses his general, and his flanks are beginning to become enveloped, but as you can see, he's got a great advantage on the left flank, and when all of these low quality units begin to see all their buddies run, they're kind of gonna, need an adult diaper afterwards, because they see a bunch of very trained samurai running towards them, and they kind of get scared and say, oh god, game over. So, as a last give-up hope kind of thing, Daniel is going to rush his general and attempt to, I believe, take out Starcy's general, but again, that is failed. Bane is as well running around his army in an attempt to destroy what he can. But it is the end of this battle, and that is practically that. Daniel lost the battle due to low qualitative units. Vaughn has won due to his infantry advantage. Legless has won due to his flanking advantage. Vaughn as well has used his cavalry to scare the backs of the troops. And Thorin has won over his opponent's mistake of sending out his cavalry to help his ally when the battle was clearly not twisted in his favor. That is that. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw here in the Lobster's Lair and the Naked Fanatics. I apologize for not as many close-ups. It's kind of difficult to get some like, ooh, look at this is so cool, let's get distracted, because when you're doing 4 1 versus 1s at once, it is kind of hard to do that and not, and avoid losing good parts of the battle that you need to say. So, that is all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary, Baby Doll's best friend forever, and look out for more battles from me in the future. I'm definitely going to be duking out with some of the clan members in the future, as I'm kind of gaining my own strategy, and I'm not going to get my ass whooped next time. So, see you guys later.